Well, hey, brother.
Hey, brother, how are
Oh,
you?
we froze. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there I am.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Is your internet freezing up tonight, or is it just me?
I think it's just you and everybody else.
Oh, that,
I'm
that
running
makes
off
sense.
a hot spot. I am coming to the show tonight from Ames, Iowa, where I'm in up here for training. I planned to go to some lodge stuff, but it didn't work out for me. But so I'm coming to you from the hotel room. And I tell you what, I hope there's a way that we can go back and watch that opening 5 minutes of pictures. Uh,
Oh, yeah, let's start it again right now.
it is there's a lot of history in those. A lot of
It
history in
really
those.
is.
And at some point, we're going to have to pull some of those up individually and discuss it because there's some I got some questions about. Uh, just trying to watch the markers so we could discuss it. But and if somebody's got pictures they want to put on the front end of the show, just send them to us. Heybrotherks@gmail.com. Uh, that's probably the highlight of the show tonight, unless somebody comes on to talk to us. But those pre-roll photos are awesome. It's a great walk back down memory lane. So, but what's going
Absolutely.
on?
Man, it's been a busy week, but I'm excited to be back, and I think there's a lot to discuss. I've seen some Masonic happenings in Kansas on the interwebs this last week.
Yes, yes. There's been quite a bit. I know the Grand Master went to Order of Eastern Star Grand Chapter. I saw him make history. He was, my understanding, is the first Grand Master to participate actively in the opening ceremony. That's what I understood.
Oh, is that
And
right?
yeah, yeah. So, past worthy Grand Patron, I think is the correct term. I'm not a member of Eastern Star, but he was able to participate in the opening ceremony for that. So quite a big deal there, and had a great turnout from what I understand. I know in a week or so, we'll get to at the end, is one of their grand receptions as well that he'll be in attendance for. So,
Absolutely. Well, let's see. Let's take a look over here and see just what is going on. I know there's a couple posts that I saw popping up.
mhm.
Let's just share it. Let's go live. Let's be
Yeah.
dangerous. So we jump into the Kansas Freemasonry group, looking under events here. Hey, we got episode 4 that's posted. I hope you guys are joining in with episode 4 tonight. We've got in here Memorial Day and biscuits. That's a little bit out. May 25th. Hope that's on your guys' calendar schedule out there in Circleville, Kansas. What else do we have here? Esotericon. That's not even Kansas, but if you guys are into traveling, like Big Deal Kellerman, you might want to go out and see the brothers over at Esotericon. Or if you're wanting something a little closer to home, we do have Masonicon, Kansas, coming up
Masonicon Kansas
fast
coming up.
in July. So
So
make sure you
lots of
guys hop over to the website and get your tickets. It's free unless you want to come to the festive board dinner. You got to pay for that because you got catering and whatnot. But it's a good time, full day of speakers, education, and for a good cause. So hopefully you guys will join us there. I think we have a big deal MC back this year. I've heard a rumor.
I think he'll be back. He won't vanish this year. So that's the plan. Masonicon is one of those things. There's always so many great stuff like this weekend coming up. Drawing a blank as to where it's at this year. The Midwest Conference of Education, I think. Masonic Education is coming up this weekend. But this Masonicon, it's right here. I don't have to travel, and the cost is perfect for me. It's free. It is a day full. I can wear casual stuff. I can dress just like I am for the show tonight. Comfy jeans, t-shirt. I can dress up in a jacket and tie if I wanted to, or just sports coat, and come to Masonicon. So there it is, right there.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where that was. It looks like
it says it's May. I had it down for this weekend, so I guess my schedule's wrong. But that is a great event. A lot of the Midwestern states come and talk about what they're doing in their jurisdiction for Masonic education, but it's packed with great speakers. So it's up in Omaha. It's just a short drive away.
Yep, you're right. April 24th, 26th.
There it is, yeah. But we've had some speakers from that Nebraska area at Masonicon. And
absolutely.
Maybe that's what we should talk about tonight is Masonic education, because it's not for everybody. It really isn't. But A lot of lodges are wanting just a little bit more than that business meeting, and Masonic education of whatever form is the way to go. Hey, down in Texas, there's Courtney and Ty watching. So hey, guys. Uh, and for me, I love going to Masonic education, whether it's something that I'm really interested in or not. And I've had my eyes opened on a lot of Masonic subjects or stuff that somehow links Masonically because of that Masonic education. Uh, so I did see here coming up. I was going. So like I told you at the beginning of the show, I was up here in Ames, Iowa, and I brought my bag of stuff I had from Grand Lodge, and in that bag was this.
What is that?
That actually somebody just said dress up as Star Wars characters. I just saw on from 7 Quantum 7. What was that? Out in California, there's a lodge under dispensation. This has nothing to do with Kansas. I'm sorry, but I saw it while I'm up here. A lodge under dispensation in California that is a Star Trek affinity lodge.
There you go.
There's your link in real time for that comment. So thank you for the comment, brothers. But I got this flyer at.
What flyer? I don't see anything.
Yeah, you have to. If you got a copy, you may want to pull it up. But this is about some education coming up at Clay Center Lodge, involving a labyrinth, a maze, if you will, and it's coming up May the 2nd at 7 p.m. out in Clay Center. I guess they're calling it a Sunset Lodge as well. But if only we had somebody that knew something about it. But you got anything for that, Alex?
I don't know. I don't know anybody that we could maybe call.
I know.
I don't. Usually when you can't figure out information, there's an email that we usually throw it at. And what would that be?
I don't know. I tried to contact the master of Clay Center Lodge, but he's a district deputy, and he is traveling. He's a district deputy, right? Or he's traveling with a district deputy. Maybe that's what it is. He's traveling with Juanito down to Albert Pike tonight. So I'm at odds. I just don't know what to do, who to get that would have information. But I'm always told, what is that? Bloom at KansasMason.org.
Oh, yeah, Garth. Right?
Yeah,
no, that guy.
No, the Garth's down in Pike. This is the other one. This is the older brother. Okay.
Yeah, hey, brothers. Live long and prosper.
There you go.
Brother. Welcome, Tracy Bloom, Grumpy Grand Secretary of the Grand Lodge of Kansas, also the Grumpy Secretary of Clay Center Lodge. And, brother, we're excited to have you on tonight to hear about what's going on there at Clay Center with the Sunset Lodge and Labyrinth.
Yeah, good to be here, brothers. I've enjoyed this podcast and I think I've caught all the episodes so far. And
long time watcher.
I'm long time watcher, right?
Like and subscribe, everybody.
Yeah. So as many lodge, we Clay Center Lodge is in a rebuilding phase, and we've got a pretty faithful crowd that meets on every Saturday morning early, like at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And we just sit around, and if we need to go over some of the work with some of the younger guys, we do that. If once we get that done, we talk about a myriad of other things. And this particular thing came up was this. The fact that the lodge really kind of thought they wanted to do an outdoor something. And so we kind of settled in on this, which is it was a little bit different, right? We're not doing degree work. We're just going to open lodge, have Masonic Ed, and close. But we're doing this in conjunction with pretty close to the setting sun time. And we're going to throw in a labyrinth along with that. So for those of you who don't know, labyrinth is different than a maze. A maze, you have to work your way in, and you may take, you may take wrong turns to get out to the other side. A labyrinth is completely different. You'll use a lot of brain power in a maze, and you'll have to think, and you'll have to, you turn the wrong way, and you'll have to find your way back out. Labyrinth is not that way. Labyrinth has one way in. There's only one path. You go in and you come out. That's it. You don't have to think about it. And it kind of there's a picture of a labyrinth. That particular labyrinth is at the Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, and that the first one was on the outside of the church, and this one's on the inside of the church. I have had the opportunity to walk that. Most Worship Kellerman, I think. Did you walk that one also?
I did not walk that one while we were there. I should. It's one of those things regretful now that I did not.
Yep. So a labyrinth, we want to think of a labyrinth a lot like we think of the preparation room before somebody joins the lodge or takes their first, second, or third degree. It's just a place to go in and sit and reflect, get in a good space. Labyrinth is the same way. You clear your mind, you walk the labyrinth, you think about anything you want to think about the day, but you clear your mind, and it's a space of peace for you when you walk that. And it's amazing when you do walk that, how when you get out the other side, you understand what that means, right? It's an experience. And so what we've done is in this outdoor setting, we're going to cut a labyrinth in the field, and we'll all take turns walking it. We've got it set up in such a way where nobody's going to run into each other. This year, this particular one, we're doing a lot of the labyrinths I've seen have a path in, it goes to the center, and then you walk the same path back out. We're modifying this in just a little bit. We're going to go in on one side of the labyrinth and then come out the other side of the labyrinth. And the inside, the entrance will be aligned with the direction the sun came up, and the exit will be in line with where the sun is setting. And the sun should be setting when people are walking the labyrinth. And it's a day off from the full moon. So
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
And how did I not know that about a labyrinth?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things that, honestly, until you and I went to San Francisco in 2015 or 16.
Yes.
I had no idea what a labyrinth was. So I walked into that church and I saw it and I said, what is this?
Yeah.
A big board on the wall that tells you all about it and what you're supposed to do. And very, very interesting and left a lasting impression on me so much that, we're gonna try this out and see how it works. I got a text from Matthew tonight. Him and Juanito are at Albert Pike Lodge, and our original plan didn't include any eats. Right, we were just going to go there, open lodge, have Masonic Ed, close lodge, walk to the labyrinth, and that was going to be it. Matt says he's getting a lot of questions about what we're eating for supper. I guess we're hauling out a grill and probably going to cook some hot dogs or brats or something while we're out there. So.
And if brothers want to attend this, what do we need to do to let you know that we're going to be coming?
Yeah, we're going to send something out here really quick, like maybe tomorrow or the next day. We're posting this on our Connect page, and when we do that, we'll send it out to everybody. When you see that, if you want to attend, we'd love to have you. Just click the RSVP button, and that will let us know you're coming or you intend to come. And then we can kind of accord, have the proper number of hot dogs there when you get there.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
That's great.
So, quick question: with the Connect page, is anyone in Kansas able to access that? Because wasn't it before like it was kind of isolated to like direct lodge members, or is that opened up now?
When you post something on Connect in a like a calendar event, you can choose to do it either just on a local lodge level, or a complete jurisdiction level, or a complete public level. Okay, we'll post it jurisdiction wide.
Excellent. And also, before we let you go, Tracy, last week we talked about lodges that do courtesy work or brothers that travel, and we know you and I had talked about you have a fellowcraft coming up. Have you guys picked a date to work the fellowcraft degree that we can be of assistance to you on?
Yeah, I think we're closing in on that date. I don't think we have it finalized yet, but we're closing in, and it's probably going to be within a month. So
Excellent. And we had told the viewers last week that we would happily help put together the trestle board. I think Alex was going to do the senior deacon second section part.
all right.
Alex is like, what?
Said I'd do it. I didn't say I'd do it well.
I saw him scrambling for his book.
But there are a lot of brothers out there who are wanting to give assistance if they can to help that brother get the degree work in his own home lodge. So keep us apprised of that, and we'll pass it on the show, and we'll get that trestle board filled up for you.
Yeah, we'll do. And you know, I'm really I'm excited for Ryan to advance to the second degree, and we want to make sure we have a good showing. And anytime we've ever reached out and asked brothers for help, we've got plenty of help.
And so that's exactly it. I think some lodges forget that. I mean, we have that courtesy work form, and it's just a matter of asking if you want to go to another lodge. But heck, you can always have brothers come in and you do it right there in your home lodge. And in my opinion, that is the best experience, is getting that degree work right there in your own home lodge. So,
yep.
Most worshipful, thank you for joining us tonight and sharing. We look forward to if we can attend Experiencing the Labyrinth, and folks, we encourage you to look for that email and be a part of that. Walk the labyrinth, experience that moment, and maybe we can expand that across the state in the future. Get more labyrinths across Kansas, and that just stirs up interest everywhere. Masonic labyrinths, can you imagine?
Very good.
So thank you so much.
Live long and prosper, brothers.
Thanks for joining in, brother. We appreciate you.
One of the hardest working guys in Kansas Freemasonry right there.
I know, right?
If not the hardest working guy in Kansas Freemasonry.
He does a few things here and there.
So I'm one of the behind the scenes guys with Tracy normally. And this past week, I've been working on the portrait photos that were taken at Grand Lodge this year.
Yeah.
And they're all wonderful photos. We're seeing them on Facebook. The guys are posting their own photos and stuff. And they're all great. And I get to Tracy's, and everybody's looking great. And then there's Tracy, no collar on. Which it's perfect, because that's just him. And even when you attend Grand Lodge events, he's always going around just being him, just right there on the level working. And he's been Grand Secretary forever. He was a Grand Master in 2011. But he always, I won't say he forgets to put on his regalia, but it's just, that's not his focus. And that just says so much about him.
I mean, let's be honest here and think about it, though. There's a lot of guys at Grand Lodge that are busy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that think they're busy. And then there's Tracy.
Yeah.
He's got so much he's juggling, and not even just that day, probably the entire year, just to get ready for those couple days. So yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, I can remember, well, it wasn't this last year at MasoniCon. I did better, but the year before, anyone that shows up and sees me, I'm OCD and scrambling and setting up the wires. And by the time it got all started, I forgot to put my jacket on. I'd already taken off my tie first thing in the morning. I'm sweaty and just, a hot mess. Right. So the fact that Bloom can get up there and look presentable, unlike MasoniCon, is pretty amazing with all the stuff he's got going on behind the scenes.
It is. Let me see if I can figure this out here. I guess I was going to pull his photo up, but I guess I can't figure out how to do that because I'm just not tech savvy like you.
Bottom of the screen, you should have like a little computer screen with an up arrow.
Yeah, I hear you talking, but
All right, that works.
You know how it is. So, but anywho, I really have enjoyed working with those photos, and I encourage those guys who had those photos taken this year. It was great because every year, it started, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and because we just don't have pictures of Grand Lodge officers. So we decided to start taking those, and thing is, they're paying a fee for the professional photographer, and so Tracy's like, why can't we just open that up to everybody? And they did. And it's been kind of a slow go because guys are like, well, it's not for me. I'm not a Grand Lodge officer. So we've had to shove quite a few guys over that way. And we just don't get photos anymore like guys used to. I mean, formal setting photos. And that's what these are, is just a formal setting. And it was really nice, I thought anyway. Let's see here. Where'd it go? There he is. See if I can share that up there. Maybe not. Oh, well. Maybe next time, Tracy. Sorry about that.
No, you got it right there. Maybe I can.
Okay. There we go. There he is. But because he labeled it his own photos, Tracy Bloom. Where's my collar? But hardest working guy in Kansas Freemasonry. I think, my opinion. So
absolutely.
So glad he could join us. And also, boy, I had a thought there, and Tracy sent me a message saying I might mention past Grandmaster Don Robinette, who was in the opening photo montage as well, and passed away recently this year. Had one of his tables in the foundation's auction as well. And then there was not a lot of photos of him, but we got one of the last, I say we, the Grand Lodge got several photos the last time she was at End Communication. So when we do that again next year, whoever's watching, whoever comes, we've got some pictures of the D-Molay guys. We got a picture of one of the Rainbow Girls. We've got a picture of the York Wright commandery team that was there. So if you come to End Communication, take advantage of those things. The Grand Lodge is not charging for those things. That's some of the stuff our dues help pay for. And get in there, get a picture, and then you get on to me or whoever saying, hey, where's it at? And I send it out to you, or whoever sends it out. That's what we do here in Kansas. I mean, some places charge for that kind of stuff, but that's just not the way it is here at all. All right, Alex, I think we're down to our last 5 minutes. We probably need to go over what's coming up in the next week here in our great state. I know there's a lot of study clubs coming up. I haven't seen much on the degree work. I know we got some service emblem presentations coming out, and I think Mound City is coming up this next Monday. I saw Grandmasters traveling, doing a lot of those.
Let me get that pulled up. Before we jump into the calendar, I did have one screen up, and I wanted to give a shout out. I thought this was kind of cool, actually. We talk a lot about Masons being active in the community, and this was shared out on Facebook over the Area 3 group.
Oh, awesome.
But the brothers over at Lindsborg Lodge 397 completed their 13th year of highway cleanup. It says thank you to the brothers and families who helped out.
That's awesome.
What a better way to get out there in the community and make an impact. Good job, brothers.
That's so great. So many lodges getting involved in their communities. And yeah, I mean, that's just one of the many ways lodges do it. See a lot of lodges helping out here and there with their schools, with senior centers, and keeping them Kansas beautiful. That's something. It's great.
All right. Well, we talked on our last episode that coming up before this episode, there was the OES Grand Chapter on the calendar. Looks like COA is meeting tomorrow. Make us proud, boys.
Oh,
There's some great stuff being discussed there. We've got, of course, we talked about earlier, the Midwest Conference of Masonic Education taking place there. And then looks like on Saturday, we've got Alta Vista 357. Man, what a lucky lodge to get that number for your lodge number. Come on now. Mm-hmm. Scholarship, service, and pens for the widows is going on out there. So if you're in that area, they've got that going on 6:30 to 9. And then if I can learn how to use it.
If you're one of those lodges that think you're a small lodge that can't do much, Alta Vista is a prime example of a lodge that's small and doing a lot of stuff. So,
absolutely. I do. I hear a lot about Alta Vista for sure. Let's see. Monday, 27th, we've got Mound City 33 Emblem Awards. If you guys are in that area, go try to give them some support. 6 to 9:15 listed on there. And we've got Advanced Lodge 114 Awards Night happening on Tuesday, 28th, 6 to 8, out there in Florence, Kansas. And then that will bring us right about to our next episode.
Yes, sure will. Also in there, if you want to flick over to the trestle board calendar, it has a ton of study clubs coming up next week. Cannot see any degree work on there. I know there's some degree work out there. If you got degree work, make sure you either shoot that to us at heybrotherks@gmail.org or trestleboard@kansasmason.org. Let's get that on there. We can help advertise the degree work, and we can show it off. If you take a picture afterwards, we'll show it off here on the show the following week. We love those pictures.
Absolutely. We've got one going on tonight. Man, they could just join in with us. This would be a good education, right? We got a study club going on tonight out there at Wine.3 out in KCK. Those guys are doing good stuff. Oh, I know it's not tonight. They actually meet in the morning.
They meet in the morning.
Great ones.
Meet in the morning. They've been doing that for years. I know Bob Jeselnik and his team up there were doing that for a long time. Vernon Clark and several of those guys have been up there doing a morning study club.
We got one tomorrow night, Gardner 65, 6:30 to 7:30 study club. We've got one Friday night out in Hutchinson at Reno Lodge 124. If you guys are wanting to get your B card, looks like we've got a B card study club and candidate prove up at Albert Pike 303 in Wichita.
Albert Pike is going for that Trice Robeson again. They've got it the last 2 or 3 years, and there's a lot of parts to a Trice Robeson, but they're all based on ritual. And small lodges have just as easy of a chance of getting as a big lodge, maybe easier than in a big lodge. So those ritual cards, big part of that. So, but Pike goes after it every year and gets it almost every year. So,
man, give those guys a run for their money. They're doing good things, but there's a lot of other lodges out there. Come on, guys.
Yep.
Let's see. We've got study club out DeSoto 40. And a few others. Looks like Old Mission has one, 7 p.m. on the 27th as well. If you're getting into Tuesday, 28th, we got Bellsville, 10 a.m. has a study club. 6 p.m. down in North Star Lodge in Wichita. Interquest has a study club going on 7 p.m. as well as Shawnee, 6:30 to 7 p.m. And then coming into our next episode night or day, looks like Wyandotte will be there again. So lots of opportunities to get that rework practiced, right?
Yeah, study clubs are so great because, we think it's for degree work, but, it could be studying for those ritualistic cards, just self-improvement. Or it could be, I've seen some places where they have the mentor and the candidate brother come in. They just talk about Freemasonry right there in the lodge study. Maybe walk over what they did, and that's great. It could be, we talked last week or in the last episode about degree teams. It could be a degree team coming together for a study club to work on, hey, we're going to be putting on that second degree in a week or two, and we need to practice that. And I've seen several lodges do that, just impromptu. There's Robert Nelson, Grand Secretary, but also Communications Committee. Needing photos of brothers and events, nothing from a tiled lodge, but awards, ceremonies, dinners, dedications, anything your lodges are doing within your communities. So that's from the chairman of the Communications Committee, and that works for lots of things. We'd like to publicize those. Never know, it may end up on Grand Lodge Facebook page, Kansas Freemasonry page, could end up in the Kansas Mason magazine. We love to see those. We're proud of what we do, and sometimes it's a struggle of keeping quiet and not bragging, but behind the scenes, we love showing ourselves off, and that's
absolutely. Okay. Well, I think Kansas does a pretty good job at trying to put stuff out there and stuff, but especially in today's world, with all the media and everything that we have, photos get outdated really quick. So,
they do.
Yeah, it's more important than ever that we have more coming in.
Definitely, most definitely.
Lots of comments coming through tonight, guys. I want to say thank you so much for you guys pinging in and taking part in the conversation and all. I do want to throw a quick shout out, a little beg, I guess, if we could, right? Because right now we're still a young show. We can only go live on the YouTube side. Facebook makes us earn our stripes a little bit, so we're stuck for 90 days. But we also have to get up to 100 followers. I think we're somewhere around 50 or so right now. So if you guys haven't followed the Facebook page, go find us. Hey Brother on Facebook. And give us a like if you wouldn't mind, so we can get closer to our being able to stream out on Facebook
totally
too.
Random. So there are several other podcasts here in Kansas. One of them, and this does relate to where I'm at. If you just tuned in late on the live show, I'm in Ames, Iowa, and went out for a nice dinner and a beverage. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to get. So, I know a guy down in Wichita that has his own podcast. So I ordered an old fashioned. And compared to the one that Brother Bird made for me, this one was horrible. So made me appreciate my Kansas brother while I was up here in Iowa. So random shout out for another Kansas Masons podcast. But if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit subscribe, get the notification bell, all those good things that podcasters are supposed to say. It just helps us be able to spread a little bit more. We're not, I guess we are begging now. That's embarrassing. But we're just trying to help spread the Kansas message. That's what we're doing here. And this show is nothing without you. Jonathan wants us to cover online etiquette sometime. Go ahead and delete him if you could. Just go ahead. But he was told previously he couldn't post pics to our lodge page, but it's not appear to be accurate. And normally what happens, Jonathan, is almost all pictures are good to go unless it's showing the secrets of Freemasonry, which happen generally in an open tiled lodge. If you ever see a picture of, I'm just going to say, if there's lights on near the altar, that picture is probably prohibited. That's the good general rule. I've seen some creative picture taking over the years, but it was obvious it was taken when lodge was in a very formalized setting, and we don't want to do that. That's generally the only restriction there is on pictures being posted. Is that correct, Alex? That sound right?
Yeah, sounds right to me.
So, and if there's something obviously in error, that guy we had on earlier, you'll get a call from him.
Absolutely.
So, but that's
all
just
right
ourselves. So, but great comment, great comment right there. That's what this is about. You had a question, right there. We got an answer.
Absolutely. Well, we are 5 minutes past the hour. So we're going to keep this within bounds of what we're trying to do. We appreciate you guys and hope we will see you all right back here next week, which going to throw a wrench in his plans, but Kellerman's going to be running the helm because I'll be on a ship out in the middle of the ocean, and hopefully I'll have about as good service as I'm having tonight. I keep freezing up over here. So
awesome.
We'll see how it goes.
Until next week.
Till next week. All right. See you, brothers. Thanks.